Setting the stage and introducing Stoicism. In the ceaseless whirlwind of contemporary living, where each dawn unveils a novel constellation of trials and prospects, the sagacity of Stoicism emerges as an ageless beacon, illuminating our path with its enduring relevance. Imagine, if you will, a philosophy not confined to dusty tomes or esoteric debates, but a vibrant, practical guide, etched into the very fabric of our daily existence. It is a philosophy that transcends the boundaries of time and culture, resonating with an ever-growing legion of individuals seeking solace, strength, and purpose in a world often characterized by chaos and uncertainty. At the heart of this profound system of thought lies the power of the mind, a concept that resonates with the deepest longings of the human spirit. This philosophy, born in the bustling marketplaces and philosophical salons of ancient Greece and Rome, offers a profound path toward inner peace and resilience, a path forged not through the avoidance of life's inevitable storms, but through the mastery of our own internal compass. Stoicism, far from advocating a passive withdrawal from the world, encourages an active engagement with it, fueled by reason, virtue, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. It is a philosophy that recognizes the inherent challenges of human existence, but also celebrates the indomitable spirit that allows us to not only endure, but to flourish in the face of adversity. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or denying the realities of life, rather, it is about cultivating a profound understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. It teaches us to distinguish between what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and what lies beyond our grasp, the actions of others, the whims of fate, and the unpredictable currents of the world. By focusing our energy on the former, and accepting the latter with equanimity, we can achieve a state of inner peace that is impervious to the external storms of life. Imagine the transformative power of a philosophy that empowers you to navigate the complexities of life with grace, resilience, and unwavering purpose. This is the promise of Stoicism, a philosophy that offers not a quick fix or a fleeting moment of inspiration, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery, personal growth, and the cultivation of inner strength. So, prepare to embark on a journey that will challenge your perceptions, reshape your thinking, and ultimately empower you to take control of your mind and, consequently, your life. It is a journey that will lead you to the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers, ancient voices that still speak with remarkable clarity to the challenges we face today. Lesson 1: The Power of Perception. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher-emperor whose words echo through the corridors of time, imparted a seminal lesson that continues to resonate with profound relevance: our perception of the world fundamentally shapes our experience of it. This is not merely a philosophical abstraction, a detached musing on the nature of reality, it is a practical, actionable tool for navigating the intricate complexities of life. Consider, for instance, the seemingly insignificant act of encountering an unexpected traffic jam on your morning commute. One person might react with frustration, anger, and a sense of being victimized by circumstance, allowing these negative emotions to color their entire day. Another, however, might choose to perceive this same event as an opportunity for quiet reflection, a chance to listen to a podcast, or simply a moment to appreciate the beauty of the sunrise. The external event remains the same, but the internal experience is vastly different, determined solely by the individual's perception. Aurelius's insightful observation serves as the cornerstone of the Stoic belief in the inherent power of the mind and its boundless potential to cultivate inner peace, irrespective of the external circumstances that may surround us. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, Aurelius famously declared. This powerful assertion forms the very bedrock of our exploration of Stoic philosophy. It underscores the revolutionary idea that enduring happiness and unwavering strength are not contingent upon altering our external world, a pursuit often fraught with frustration and futility, but rather upon transforming our internal landscape, the realm of our thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions. Our perceptions, those intricate filters through which we interpret the world around us, are not fixed or immutable, they are malleable, subject to our conscious choice. By consciously choosing our perceptions, by actively reframing our perspectives, we can navigate the inevitable vicissitudes of life with equanimity and grace, transforming potential sources of stress and anxiety into opportunities for growth and resilience. Consider the example of receiving criticism at work. A negative perception might lead to feelings of inadequacy, defensiveness, and resentment, potentially damaging your self-esteem and hindering your professional development. However, by consciously choosing a more positive perception, you can view this criticism as valuable feedback, an opportunity to learn and improve, ultimately leading to greater competence and confidence. To cultivate this power of perception, consider the practical exercise of reflective journaling. Begin each morning by writing down your immediate thoughts and feelings, capturing the initial emotional landscape of your day. Throughout the day, meticulously note any negative perceptions that arise, paying close attention to the triggers that elicit these responses. Then, actively engage in the process of reframing these negative perceptions into positive or, at the very least, neutral perspectives. Reflect on how this conscious shift in perspective alters your emotional response to events, allowing you to navigate challenges with greater calmness and clarity. Furthermore, challenge negative beliefs about recurring situations by actively identifying evidence that contradicts them. For instance, if you harbor the belief that you consistently perform poorly in meetings, consciously recall a specific instance where you contributed effectively, highlighting your strengths and undermining the limiting power of your negative self-perception. This practice of challenging and reframing negative beliefs is a powerful tool for cultivating a more resilient and optimistic mindset. Reflect on the times you've successfully navigated challenges in the past. What strategies did you employ? What inner resources did you draw upon? By consciously recalling these past successes, you reinforce your belief in your ability to overcome future obstacles, strengthening your resilience and empowering you to face adversity with greater confidence. Lesson 2: Rationality and Control. Building upon the bedrock of Stoicism as masterfully articulated by Marcus Aurelius, we now delve into the second profound lesson: the meticulous practice of rationality and the profound understanding of control. This pivotal lesson, central to the very essence of Stoic philosophy, serves as a guiding light, illuminating our path toward discerning the aspects of life that lie within our sphere of influence and those that remain resolutely beyond our grasp. It is a lesson that implores us to invest our precious energies wisely, channeling our efforts toward cultivating internal fortitude, the unwavering strength of our character, rather than expending them in futile attempts to control external circumstances, a pursuit often destined for disappointment and frustration. To effectively implement this lesson, consider the practical exercise of rational decision-making. When confronted with a decision, whether momentous or seemingly trivial, meticulously list the potential pros and cons associated with each available choice. Engage in a rigorous analysis, weighing the potential benefits against the potential drawbacks. Then, ask yourself a crucial question: which choice aligns most closely with rational thought, with logical reasoning, rather than being driven by fleeting emotional impulses? Consciously practice this process for even the smallest, most mundane daily decisions, gradually cultivating a habit of approaching all choices with a clear and discerning mind. This process cultivates a mindset of deliberate action, moving away from impulsive reactions and toward thoughtfully considered responses. When feeling overwhelmed by the complexities of life, when the weight of responsibilities and anxieties threatens to become unbearable, employ a simple yet profoundly effective technique: meticulously list out the specific aspects of the situation that you can directly control, the actions you can take, the choices you can make to influence the outcome. Conversely, identify those aspects that lie firmly beyond your control, the external factors, the actions of others, the unpredictable twists of fate that are simply impervious to your influence. Then, consciously focus your energy and attention solely on the actionable items, the areas where your efforts can genuinely make a difference, while deliberately letting go of concerns and anxieties related to the uncontrollable elements. This act of conscious delegation, of focusing your energy where it can be most effective, is a powerful tool for reducing stress, enhancing productivity, and cultivating a sense of inner peace. At the very heart of this transformative lesson lies the Stoic emphasis on the paramount importance of rationality. Stoicism, in its essence, teaches us to harness the power of reason as our guiding compass, helping us navigate the often turbulent and unpredictable waters of life with clarity and purpose. Rationality empowers us to distinguish between the true good, those things that genuinely contribute to our well-being and fulfillment, the true evil, those things that genuinely harm us and detract from our potential, and the vast realm of the indifferent, those things that neither add nor detract from our inherent worth. This discerning ability urges us to consciously concentrate our efforts on what truly matters, on cultivating virtue, on living in accordance with our values, rather than being swayed by fleeting pleasures or paralyzed by irrational fears. This practice is not about suppressing or denying our emotions, it is about understanding and managing them through the discerning lens of reason. It is a call to a life where our decisions, our actions, and our deeply held beliefs are grounded in thoughtful consideration, in careful analysis, rather than being driven by impulsive reactions, by fleeting whims, or by the dictates of societal pressure. A core tenet of Stoicism, deeply intertwined with the practice of rationality, is the unwavering understanding of the crucial difference between what we can genuinely control and what lies firmly beyond our sphere of influence. This distinction is not merely an abstract philosophical concept, it is a vital, practical tool for navigating the complexities of life with greater equanimity and resilience. Aurelius, in his timeless wisdom, prompts us to focus our energy and attention on our own thoughts, our own actions, and our own attitudes, the internal realms where we possess genuine control. Conversely, we are encouraged to cultivate a profound sense of acceptance for the things that lie outside our influence, the unpredictable elements of life, the actions of others, the inevitable challenges that fate throws our way. Understanding that we cannot control everything that happens to us is not a sign of weakness or resignation, it is an acknowledgement of reality, a recognition that our true power lies not in bending the world to our will, but in mastering our own internal response to the world. Consider the example of a professional setback, such as being passed over for a promotion. A reaction driven by emotion might involve feelings of anger, resentment, and self-doubt, potentially leading to negative behaviors and strained relationships. However, a rational response would involve acknowledging the disappointment, analyzing the reasons why the promotion was not awarded, and then focusing on actionable steps to improve future performance. This might involve seeking feedback from supervisors, developing new skills, or reassessing career goals. By focusing on what you can control, your own efforts and development, you transform a potentially demoralizing experience into an opportunity for growth and advancement. Furthermore, it is crucial to remember the powerful role of perception, a concept we explored in our first lesson. Our perceptions, filtered through the discerning sieve of rationality, determine our reactions to the events that unfold around us. By consciously choosing to perceive challenges as opportunities for growth, as chances to practice virtue, we align ourselves with the core tenets of Stoic philosophy. This conscious choice of perception, guided by the unwavering hand of reason, is what empowers us to maintain tranquility amidst the inevitable chaos of life, to find inner peace even in the face of adversity. To fully integrate this lesson into your daily life, commit to the consistent practice of rational thinking. This involves regularly examining your thoughts, questioning your automatic reactions, and aligning your actions with your core values. Make a daily commitment to self-reflection, ensuring that your decisions are made not in haste or driven by emotion, but through careful, rational deliberation. This practice nurtures an inner resilience, enabling you to face life's uncertainties with unwavering confidence and calm, embodying the strength and serenity that lie at the very core of Stoic philosophy. Remember, this lesson is not merely about enduring life's storms, it is about navigating them with a steady hand, with a clear mind, and with an unwavering commitment to living in accordance with reason and virtue. Lesson 3: Cultivating Mind Control and Inner Serenity. Venturing deeper into the profound realm of Stoic philosophy, we now arrive at Lesson 3, which focuses on an essential aspect of Stoicism as taught by Marcus Aurelius, the art of controlling the mind to achieve inner serenity. This lesson revolves around the fundamental principle that true peace, that elusive state of unwavering contentment, emanates from within, from the inner sanctuary of our own being, and not from the fickle and ever-changing circumstances that surround us in the external world. It explores the Stoic belief in the immense power of the mind, its capacity to shape our reality, and unveils practical strategies for harnessing this power to cultivate a life characterized by tranquility, resilience, and unwavering inner peace. The philosophy posits that our inner world, the intricate landscape of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, holds the key to our emotional and mental well-being. Marcus Aurelius, with his profound insights into the human condition, taught that the turbulence we often experience, the anxiety, the stress, the overwhelming sense of being buffeted by the winds of circumstance, is not primarily due to external events themselves, but rather to our individual reactions to those events. This realization is profoundly empowering, for it suggests that we possess the inherent ability to take control of our mental state, to become the masters of our own inner world. By mastering our thoughts and emotions, by consciously shaping our perceptions and beliefs, we can maintain a state of tranquility, a sense of groundedness, irrespective of the external chaos that may swirl around us. This is not to say that we can simply ignore the challenges of life, but rather that we can choose how we respond to them, preventing them from disrupting our inner peace. Stoicism, in its wisdom, does not advocate for the suppression of emotions, a futile and potentially harmful endeavor, but rather for their understanding and rational management. Emotions are seen not as enemies to be vanquished, but as valuable signals, as indicators of our values, our needs, and our underlying beliefs. The key, according to Stoic principles, is to interpret these signals through the discerning lens of reason and logic. By doing so, we can respond to emotionally charged situations with greater clarity, with greater wisdom, preventing impulsive reactions that may lead to regret and instead choosing actions that align with our long-term goals and our core values. Consider the example of feeling anger towards a friend who has betrayed your trust. A Stoic approach would not involve suppressing the anger, but rather acknowledging it, understanding its source, the violation of trust, and then rationally considering the best course of action. This might involve communicating your feelings to your friend in a calm and measured way, setting clear boundaries for future interactions, or ultimately deciding to end the friendship if the betrayal is too profound. The key is to respond with reason and virtue, rather than allowing anger to dictate your actions. A crucial aspect of controlling the mind, according to Stoic principles, is the cultivation of mindfulness and present moment awareness. This involves consciously focusing our attention on the here and now, acknowledging our thoughts and sensations, our feelings and perceptions, without judgment, without getting caught up in the endless stream of mental chatter that often distracts us from the present reality. Aurelius wisely advised that by anchoring ourselves in the present moment, by fully embracing the now, we can escape the anxieties of the future, those imagined scenarios that often fill us with dread, and the regrets of the past, thus painful memories that can haunt us and prevent us from moving forward. Finding peace, finding contentment, lies in our ability to fully inhabit the current moment, appreciating its inherent beauty and accepting its inherent limitations. Another essential practice in mastering mind control is regular self-reflection. This process involves examining our thoughts, our motivations, and our actions, and aligning them with our core values and principles. Through self-reflection, we can identify areas for personal growth, those aspects of our character that we wish to cultivate, and develop strategies to enhance our mental fortitude, to strengthen our inner resolve. It's a journey of continuous self-improvement, a commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves, where each day presents an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to embody the virtues that we aspire to possess. Marcus Aurelius often spoke of the inner citadel, a fortress within ourselves where we can find refuge and strength, a sanctuary of peace that remains untouched by the storms of the external world. Building this inner citadel involves cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about creating a mental space, a psychological haven, where tranquility reigns supreme, irrespective of the external circumstances that may be swirling around us. This inner stronghold becomes a source of unwavering strength and stability, helping us navigate life's challenges with composure, with grace, and with an unwavering commitment to living in accordance with our values. For example, practicing mindful breathing in moments of stress provides a concrete way to cultivate inner peace. By pausing and focusing on your breath for a few minutes, you detach from chaotic thoughts and return your mind to a state of calm. This simple act can serve as a powerful reminder of your ability to control your inner state, regardless of external pressures. Furthermore, practice consciously choosing your reactions to stressful situations, reminding yourself that your response is a choice, not an inevitability. Repeating the phrase, "I choose not to give this power over me," can help you reclaim control of your emotions and prevent external events from dictating your inner state. In essence, the third lesson from Stoic philosophy, the lesson on controlling the mind, is a powerful guide to achieving inner serenity. By understanding and managing our emotions through reason, by practicing mindfulness, by engaging in regular self-reflection, and by building our inner citadel, we can attain a state of mental peace and resilience that transcends the challenges of life. This lesson teaches us that true serenity is not dependent on external factors, but is a direct result of how we choose to manage our inner world, our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs. As we integrate these practices into our daily lives, we embody the Stoic ideal of a life well lived, a life marked by inner peace, by mental strength, and by an unwavering commitment to virtue. Lesson 4: Mastering Responses to External Events. Continuing our exploration of Stoic philosophy, we now delve into Lesson 4, a critical lesson that focuses on mastering our responses to external events. This lesson, deeply rooted in the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other prominent Stoic philosophers, stands as a cornerstone of Stoic thought. It emphasizes the profound truth that while we cannot always control the events that unfold around us, the circumstances that life throws our way, we possess absolute power, unwavering agency, over how we choose to respond to those events. This concept is not merely an abstract philosophical notion, it is a crucial, practical tool for maintaining mental equilibrium, for cultivating a life characterized by peace, resilience, and unwavering inner strength. Imagine facing a sudden, unexpected job loss. While you cannot control the employer's decision to let you go, you can control your reaction to this event. You can choose to succumb to feelings of despair, anger, and self-doubt, allowing these negative emotions to paralyze you and prevent you from taking positive action. Alternatively, you can choose to view this job loss as an opportunity for a fresh start, a chance to explore new career paths, to develop new skills, or to pursue long-held passions. Your response, your choice of perspective, will ultimately determine the impact this event has on your life. At the very heart of this transformative lesson lies the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control, a foundational concept that differentiates between what lies within our power and what remains resolutely beyond our grasp. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, and other Stoic philosophers throughout history, have consistently stressed the paramount importance of focusing our energy, our attention, and our efforts on our own actions and attitudes, those internal aspects of our being that are undeniably within our control. Conversely, they cautioned against expending our precious resources on attempting to control external events, the actions of others, or the unpredictable whims of fate, which are ultimately beyond our influence. This understanding is not simply a matter of intellectual acceptance, it requires a conscious, deliberate effort to shift our focus, to redirect our energy from the uncontrollable to the controllable. By recognizing the limits of our control, we can avoid unnecessary frustration, reduce stress, and direct our efforts more productively, focusing on what we can do to improve our own lives and contribute to the well-being of others. An essential aspect of mastering our responses to external events is the ability to reframe our perception of challenges, to shift our perspective from viewing obstacles as insurmountable impediments to seeing them as valuable opportunities for personal growth and the practice of virtue. Stoicism teaches us not to avoid or deny difficulties, but to actively engage with them, viewing them as tests of our character, as chances to develop resilience, patience, and fortitude. This shift in perspective, this conscious choice to reframe our challenges, transforms our entire approach to life's difficulties, allowing us to engage with them constructively, with a calm and focused mind, rather than being overwhelmed by fear and anxiety. Developing emotional intelligence is also key to mastering our responses. This involves recognizing our emotional reactions as they arise, understanding their origins, and then consciously choosing to respond in a way that aligns with our rational thought, with our values, and with our long-term goals. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we prevent our emotions from overpowering our rational judgment, allowing us to make decisions that are both informed by our feelings and guided by our reason. This balance between emotion and reason is essential for navigating the complexities of life with wisdom and grace. A particularly effective technique for improving our responses to external events is the practice of mindful responses. Mindfulness teaches us to pause, to create a space between the stimulus and our response, giving us the opportunity to choose a more considered and rational reaction, rather than being driven by instinctive emotions. This pause is a powerful tool that aligns perfectly with Stoic philosophy, as it allows us to respond with wisdom, with equanimity, and with a deep understanding of the situation. By practicing mindfulness, we can interrupt the automatic cycle of reaction and create the space for conscious choice, empowering us to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and intention. Stoicism also teaches us to embrace adversity as a teacher, to view challenging situations and difficult people as valuable opportunities to practice virtues like patience, empathy, and fortitude. Every obstacle, every setback, every difficult interaction becomes a lesson in resilience, a chance to strengthen our character, and a catalyst for personal growth. By adopting this mindset, we transform our experiences of adversity into valuable lessons that contribute to our personal growth and strengthen our character. For instance, the Stoic pause is a powerful tool for managing emotional reactions. Whenever you feel a strong emotional reaction arising, consciously pause for a few seconds before responding. Use this time to consider a rational and composed reaction, allowing you to respond with wisdom and intention, rather than being driven by impulsive emotions. Similarly, if you receive criticism, resist the urge to react defensively. Instead, take a moment to consider whether there is any constructive feedback contained within the criticism. Respond thoughtfully, focusing on learning and improvement, rather than reacting emotionally to the perceived slight. In summary, Lesson 4 of Stoic philosophy, the lesson on mastering responses to external events, provides a profound guide to living a balanced and fulfilling life. It teaches us that while we may not have control over every circumstance we encounter, we have complete control over how we respond to those circumstances. By understanding the dichotomy of control, by reframing our perception of challenges, by developing emotional intelligence, by practicing mindful responses, and by learning from adversity, we can navigate life's uncertainties with poise, with resilience, and with a deep sense of inner peace. Lesson 5: Developing Resilience Through Acceptance. In our continuing journey through the profound landscape of Stoic philosophy, we arrive at Lesson 5, a lesson that centers on the development of resilience through the practice of acceptance. This lesson, deeply inspired by the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other revered Stoic thinkers, explores the transformative concept of accepting what we cannot change and utilizing this acceptance as a solid foundation for building mental strength, emotional fortitude, and unwavering resilience. It is a lesson that challenges us to confront the realities of life with courage, to embrace the imperfections of the world, and to find peace in the face of adversity. Stoicism, in its essence, teaches that much of our distress, that nagging sense of unease and dissatisfaction, stems not from external events themselves, but rather from our inherent resistance to those events, from our futile attempts to control the uncontrollable, and from our persistent clinging to expectations that often fall short of reality. The Stoics, including Aurelius, advocated for a radical acceptance of whatever life presents us, whether it be joy or sorrow, triumph or defeat, ease or hardship. This is not to be misconstrued as passive resignation, a surrender to the whims of fate, but rather an active acceptance, a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality of the situation, to understand its inherent limitations, and then to work within those parameters, to find the best possible course of action given the circumstances. It is an acceptance that empowers us to move forward, to adapt, and to thrive, rather than being paralyzed by resistance and regret. This lesson builds upon the earlier concept of the dichotomy of control, reinforcing the understanding that our true power lies not in controlling external events, but in controlling our reactions to them. While we cannot control all the happenings in the world around us, we can, with conscious effort, control our attitude towards those happenings. Accepting this fundamental truth is liberating, for it frees us from the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable and allows us to focus our energy on what we can influence, our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. This shift in focus is the bedrock of Stoic resilience, the foundation upon which we build our ability to withstand life's inevitable challenges. At the very core of Stoic resilience lies the ability to face adversity with a calm and composed mind, to maintain a sense of inner peace even when surrounded by turmoil. Stoicism does not advocate for avoiding or denying difficulties, rather, it encourages us to confront them directly, with a clear and rational mind, viewing them as opportunities for growth, for learning, and for the cultivation of virtue. By approaching adversity in this manner, we become more adaptable, more resourceful, and more robust, capable of withstanding life's inevitable challenges without being. Practicing mindful acceptance is a key component of developing resilience. Mindfulness, in its essence, encourages us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, to acknowledge them as they are, without trying to suppress them or change them. This acceptance is not about giving up or being defeated, it's about recognizing our current reality, acknowledging our present emotional state, and working from that point of awareness. By accepting our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we create space for greater clarity, allowing us to respond to challenges with wisdom and compassion, rather than being driven by fear and reactivity. Stoicism also teaches us to look to nature and the universe as models of acceptance, to observe the natural world and to learn from its inherent wisdom. The natural world does not resist the seasons or the weather, it adapts to them, it flows with them, and it endures. Similarly, we are encouraged to embrace the natural flow of life, understanding that change and impermanence are inherent aspects of existence. By accepting the cyclical nature of life, the inevitability of change, we can find peace in the midst of uncertainty, knowing that even in the darkest of times, there is always the promise of renewal and rebirth. For example, daily acceptance affirmations can be a powerful tool for cultivating resilience. Each morning, consciously identify one thing outside your control, something that you cannot change, and verbally accept it. This could be as simple as acknowledging the weather, accepting that it is raining when you had hoped for sunshine. This simple practice, repeated daily, builds a foundation of acceptance, making it easier to accept larger, more significant uncontrollable life events when they arise. Furthermore, when experiencing a setback, resist the urge to dwell on frustration and self-pity. Instead, consciously acknowledge the setback as a part of your journey, as an inevitable bump in the road. Reflect on what this setback teaches you about persistence, about adaptability, or about the importance of learning from your mistakes. By reframing setbacks as learning opportunities, you transform them from sources of negativity into catalysts for growth and resilience. In conclusion, Lesson 5 of Stoic philosophy, the lesson on developing resilience through acceptance, is a powerful guide to mental and emotional fortitude. By understanding and embracing the Stoic practice of acceptance, we learn to face life's uncertainties not with fear and resistance, but with strength and flexibility. This approach allows us to build resilience, adapt to change, and emerge from challenges with a deeper understanding and appreciation of life. Through acceptance, we cultivate a mindset that is not easily shaken by the vicissitudes of life, embodying the true essence of Stoic resilience. Lesson 6: Fostering emotional agility with Stoicism. As we progress further in our exploration of the profound depths of Stoic philosophy, we now arrive at Lesson 6, which focuses on the vital skill of fostering emotional agility as a means to exert greater control over our minds. This concept, deeply ingrained in the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other esteemed Stoic philosophers, is fundamentally about developing the ability to navigate our complex emotions with effectiveness and grace, thereby enabling us to respond to life's inevitable vicissitudes with resilience, wisdom, and unwavering composure. It is a lesson that empowers us to embrace the full spectrum of human emotions without being overwhelmed by them, allowing us to maintain a balanced and rational perspective even in the face of adversity. Emotional agility, within the context of Stoicism, is defined as the ability to experience our emotions fully, to acknowledge and accept them without judgment, while simultaneously maintaining the capacity to think and act rationally, in accordance with our values and long-term goals. It involves recognizing and accepting our emotions as transient states, as fleeting signals that provide valuable information about our needs, our values, and our perceptions, rather than allowing them to dictate our behavior or cloud our judgment. This skill is absolutely crucial in enabling us to face life's challenges with clarity, with balance, and with a sense of inner peace that is impervious to the external storms that may rage around us. It allows us to respond to difficult situations with thoughtful consideration, rather than reacting impulsively based on raw emotion. The role of rationality in our emotional lives is paramount in Stoic thought. Marcus Aurelius, along with his Stoic contemporaries, taught that while emotions are undeniably a natural and integral part of our human experience, it is our rational mind that should ultimately guide our responses to these emotions. This does not imply suppressing or ignoring our emotions, a futile and potentially harmful endeavor. Rather, it emphasizes the importance of understanding them through the lens of reason and wisdom. By applying rational analysis to our emotions, we can gain valuable insights into their underlying causes, allowing us to respond in ways that are aligned with our values and long-term goals. For instance, instead of simply reacting to anger with aggression, we can use reason to understand the source of our anger, to identify the unmet need or violated value that is triggering this emotion, and then choose a more constructive response, such as assertive communication or setting appropriate boundaries. The practice of mindfulness and self-awareness is essential for developing emotional agility. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our present moment experience, including our thoughts, feelings, and sensations, without judgment. Self-awareness, on the other hand, involves understanding our own emotional patterns, recognizing our triggers, and acknowledging the transient nature of our emotions. By becoming more aware of our emotional patterns, we can learn to respond to them in ways that are more aligned with our values and objectives, rather than being swept away by impulsive reactions. We can learn to observe our emotions as they arise, acknowledging their presence without getting carried away by them, allowing us to maintain a sense of perspective and make more rational decisions. The essence of emotional agility lies in finding a harmonious balance between our emotional and rational responses. It's about allowing ourselves to fully experience our emotions, to feel them without shame or guilt, while simultaneously engaging our rational mind to decide on the best course of action. This balance is what enables us to navigate complex situations with both empathy and logic, allowing us to respond to the needs of others while also protecting our own well-being. It requires a conscious effort to integrate our emotional and rational selves, to recognize the value of both, and to use them in concert to navigate the challenges of life. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to view every emotional experience as an opportunity for learning and growth. By reflecting on our emotional responses, by analyzing their roots, and by understanding their impact on our behavior, we can gain valuable insights into our deeper values and beliefs. This process of reflection and learning helps us to develop greater emotional intelligence over time, allowing us to become more skilled at managing our emotions and responding to challenging situations with wisdom and grace. It is a continuous process of self-improvement, where each emotional experience becomes a lesson in self-understanding. To cultivate emotional agility in your daily life, consider practicing emotional labeling. Whenever you feel a strong emotion arising, consciously label it, stating, "I am feeling anxious," or "I am feeling angry." This simple act of labeling helps to create distance between you and the emotion, preventing you from being completely overwhelmed by it. Then, take the next step of rationalizing why you are feeling this way, identifying the triggers and the underlying causes of the emotion. Finally, consider how you can address the situation logically, focusing on actionable steps that you can take to mitigate the negative impact of the emotion. Conversely, in moments of joy and happiness, take the time to fully experience and savor the emotion, allowing yourself to bask in the positive feelings. Reflect on what this positive emotion teaches you about your values and priorities, identifying the things that bring you genuine joy and fulfillment. By consciously engaging with both positive and negative emotions, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and cultivate greater emotional agility. In summary, Lesson 6, the lesson on fostering emotional agility with Stoicism, offers valuable guidance for controlling the mind and leading a balanced life. By cultivating the ability to manage our emotions with rationality and mindfulness, we equip ourselves to face life's ups and downs with poise, resilience, and unwavering composure. Emotional agility, as taught by Stoic philosophy, is not about detachment from our emotions, it is about engaging with them in a thoughtful and constructive manner. It empowers us to navigate our emotional landscape with wisdom and grace, making us more adaptable, empathetic, and effective in our personal and professional lives. Lesson 7, Cultivating Stoic Detachment for Mental Equilibrium. In our ongoing exploration of the enduring wisdom of Stoic philosophy, we now arrive at Lesson 7, which delves into the profound practice of Stoic detachment as a potent method for controlling the mind and achieving a state of unwavering mental equilibrium. This lesson, deeply rooted in the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other prominent Stoic philosophers, emphasizes the crucial importance of cultivating a sense of objective detachment from external circumstances, from the unpredictable tides of fortune, and from the often turbulent currents of our internal emotions. It is not about suppressing our feelings or withdrawing from the world, but rather about maintaining a healthy distance, a mindful awareness, that allows us to respond to life's challenges with clarity, composure, and unwavering inner peace. Imagine, for instance, experiencing the disappointment of a cancelled vacation due to unforeseen circumstances. A person lacking Stoic detachment might react with intense frustration, anger, and a sense of being unfairly treated by the universe. They might allow these negative emotions to consume them, disrupting their peace of mind and potentially leading to impulsive and unproductive behaviors. However, a person who has cultivated Stoic detachment would acknowledge the disappointment, but would also recognize that the cancellation is ultimately beyond their control. They would then focus their energy on finding alternative ways to spend their time, perhaps exploring local attractions, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying a period of quiet reflection. The key is to maintain a sense of perspective, to recognize that the cancelled vacation is not the end of the world, and to shift their focus to what they can control, their own thoughts, feelings, and actions. The essence of Stoic detachment lies not in indifference or a lack of empathy, but rather in maintaining an objective distance from things we cannot control. It involves recognizing that our happiness, our sense of well-being, and our peace of mind should not be dependent on external factors, on the whims of fortune, or on the fluctuating tides of our emotions. Instead, our inner peace should be anchored in our own internal virtues, in our commitment to living in accordance with reason and virtue, and in our acceptance of the inherent impermanence of all things. This detachment allows us to respond to life's inevitable events with clarity, with composure, and with an unwavering sense of inner strength. A key aspect of cultivating Stoic detachment is learning to consciously separate our core self, our inherent identity, from the external events that occur around us. This separation helps us understand that while we may be affected by external events, they do not define us, they do not determine our worth, and they do not diminish our capacity for happiness. By internalizing this understanding, by firmly grounding our sense of self in our own internal virtues, we gain a greater sense of control over our reactions, our emotions, and our overall mental state. We become less susceptible to the influence of external forces, more resilient in the face of adversity, and more capable of maintaining our inner peace regardless of what may be happening around us. Practicing mindfulness plays a crucial role in cultivating Stoic detachment. Mindfulness, as we have discussed in previous lessons, teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings as they arise, to acknowledge them without judgment, and to let them pass without getting entangled in them. This observational stance is a form of detachment, a way of creating space between ourselves and our emotions, that allows us to experience them without being overwhelmed by them, without allowing them to dictate our behavior or cloud our judgment. By practicing mindfulness, We can learn to observe our emotions with a sense of curiosity and acceptance, recognizing them as transient states rather than fixed realities. Embracing impermanence is also a key component of cultivating Stoic detachment. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of accepting the inherent impermanence of life, of recognizing that change is the only constant, and that all things, both positive and negative, are ultimately transient. By acknowledging this truth, by understanding that nothing lasts forever, we can learn to detach ourselves from our desire for permanence in external conditions, from our attachment to specific outcomes, and from our fear of loss. This understanding helps us to accept life's transitory nature, to find peace in the present moment, and to navigate the inevitable changes of life with greater equanimity. Developing a sense of detachment also aids in making more rational and well-thought-out decisions. When we are not overly attached to specific outcomes, when we are not swayed by strong emotions, and when we are able to maintain a sense of perspective, we can assess situations more objectively and make choices that are aligned with our core principles and our long-term goals. Detachment allows us to see the bigger picture, to consider the potential consequences of our actions, and to make decisions based on reason and virtue rather than on fleeting impulses. To practice Stoic detachment in your daily life, consider engaging in detachment reflection. Identify a specific situation that typically upsets you, a recurring event that triggers negative emotions. Reflect on why this situation affects you so deeply, exploring the underlying beliefs and attachments that contribute to your emotional response. Then, consciously practice viewing the situation objectively, without emotional attachment, as if you were an impartial observer. Ask yourself what a wise and virtuous person would do in this situation, and strive to emulate that response. Furthermore, when encountering overwhelming news or global events, consciously remind yourself of your circle of influence, the areas where you can actually make a difference. Focus your energy on these areas, such as supporting local charities, volunteering in your community, or simply being kind to those around you. Practicing detachment from global worries does not mean that you are indifferent to the suffering of others, but rather that you are focusing your energy on what you can realistically do to make a positive impact. In summary, Lesson 7, the lesson on cultivating Stoic detachment, is a vital component of controlling the mind and achieving mental equilibrium. It teaches us to maintain a healthy distance from things beyond our control, to observe our emotions without being dominated by them, and to anchor our sense of self in our own internal virtues. This detachment is not a form of escapism or indifference, but rather a strategic approach to living a balanced and fulfilling life, one that allows us to navigate the complexities of the world with a calm and steady mind, making decisions that are in harmony with our inner wisdom and Stoic principles. Lesson 8, the Stoic practice of reflective meditation. In the 8th lesson of our enriching journey through the vast and profound landscape of Stoic philosophy, we focus our attention on the transformative practice of reflective meditation as a powerful means of controlling the mind and fostering personal growth. Stemming directly from the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, and other influential Stoic thinkers throughout history, this lesson highlights the crucial importance of introspection, the careful examination of one's own thoughts and feelings, and contemplation, the deep and thoughtful consideration of philosophical ideas, in achieving mental clarity, unwavering self-mastery, and a life lived in accordance with virtue. Imagine, if you will, taking a few moments each day to step away from the relentless demands of the external world, to quiet the incessant chatter of your mind, and to turn your gaze inward, examining your own thoughts, actions, and motivations with honesty and compassion. This is the essence of Stoic reflective meditation, a practice that empowers us to become more aware of ourselves, to understand our own strengths and weaknesses, and to align our lives with our deepest values. Reflective meditation in Stoicism involves a deep and thoughtful examination of one's own thoughts, actions, and experiences. Unlike some other forms of meditation that emphasize clearing the mind of all thoughts, Stoic reflective meditation actively encourages engagement with one's inner thoughts and feelings, analyzing them through the discerning lens of Stoic principles, those timeless virtues that guide us toward a life of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. It is a process of self-discovery, a journey into the inner landscape of our own being, that allows us to identify areas for personal growth and to cultivate a more virtuous and fulfilling life. The role of self-examination is central to this practice. It involves regularly assessing our behaviors and attitudes, asking ourselves whether they align with Stoic virtues like wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments based on knowledge and understanding, justice, the commitment to fairness and righteousness in all our dealings, courage, the strength to face fear and adversity with unwavering resolve, and temperance, the practice of moderation and self-control. This introspective process helps us identify areas where we may be falling short, where our actions may be inconsistent with our values, and provides us with the opportunity to make conscious choices to correct our course and cultivate a more disciplined and virtuous life. It is a process of continuous self-improvement, a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves. Cultivating mindful awareness is also an essential aspect of reflective meditation. This involves developing a heightened sense of awareness about our present moment experiences, paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, without getting swept away by them. By being fully present and mindful, we can observe our thoughts and emotions as they arise, recognizing them as transient mental states rather than fixed realities. This practice enables us to maintain a calm and balanced state of mind, even in the face of challenging situations, allowing us to respond with greater clarity, wisdom, and compassion. It is a practice that empowers us to be fully present in our lives, to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the present moment, and to navigate the inevitable challenges of life with greater equanimity. A significant aspect of reflective meditation is learning from our daily experiences. By reflecting on our interactions with others, the challenges we face, and even the mundane activities we engage in, we can gain valuable insights into our own character and how we respond to the world around us. We can analyze our successes and failures, our triumphs and setbacks, and identify the underlying patterns that influence our behavior. This ongoing learning process is essential for personal development and emotional maturity, allowing us to grow and evolve as individuals, to become more resilient, more compassionate, and more wise. Incorporating Stoic wisdom into reflective meditation enriches the practice and provides a framework for our reflections. Contemplating the teachings of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca provides a valuable framework for evaluating our actions and thoughts against Stoic ideals. It guides us in finding practical applications of these profound philosophies in our daily lives, helping us to make more conscious choices that are aligned with our values and long-term goals. By incorporating Stoic wisdom into our reflective practice, we can transform our lives, becoming more virtuous, more resilient, and more content. For instance, an evening Stoic reflection is a valuable practice to incorporate into your daily routine. Dedicate just 10 minutes each evening to reflecting on your day. Consider how Stoic principles were or were not applied in your actions and thoughts, identifying areas where you could have responded more virtuously. Then, plan for improvements the next day, consciously setting the intention to act in accordance with Stoic principles in future situations. Furthermore, visualize challenging scenarios that you may encounter in the future and mentally rehearse how you might apply Stoic principles in those situations, focusing on maintaining inner peace and rational thinking, even in the face of adversity. By mentally preparing for potential challenges, you will be better equipped to respond with wisdom and composure when they actually arise. In summary, Lesson 8, the lesson on the Stoic practice of reflective meditation, is a powerful tool for controlling the mind and fostering personal growth. This practice encourages us to engage deeply with our inner selves, to examine our lives through the lens of Stoic principles, and to learn from our experiences. By regularly practicing reflective meditation, we can develop a greater understanding of ourselves, enhance our decision-making abilities, and lead a more mindful and virtuous life, in line with the timeless teachings of Stoic philosophy. Lesson 9, Embracing a More Fatty, Loving One's Fate. In our ever-unfolding and deeply insightful exploration of Stoic philosophy, we now arrive at Lesson 9, a lesson that revolves around the profound concept of amor fati, a term that translates beautifully to love of fate or love of one's destiny. This pivotal Stoic principle, initially emphasized by the philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius and subsequently adopted and brilliantly expanded upon by the influential philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, teaches us the invaluable importance of embracing absolutely everything that happens in our lives, both the seemingly good and the undeniably bad, with a loving acceptance, an enthusiastic embrace, and an unwavering sense of gratitude. This transformative mindset is not merely about passive resignation to the inevitable, it is, rather, an active and deliberate choice to find meaning, purpose, and joy in all aspects of our experience, regardless of the circumstances. Imagine, if you will, facing a significant setback in your life, such as the unexpected loss of a job or the end of a cherished relationship. A person who does not embrace amor fati might react with anger, resentment, and despair, feeling victimized by fate and overwhelmed by the challenges ahead. However, a person who has cultivated a love of fate would acknowledge the pain and disappointment, but would also recognize that this setback is an integral part of their life's journey, an opportunity for growth, learning, and self-discovery. They would actively seek to find the positive aspects of the situation, perhaps identifying new opportunities that have arisen as a result of the loss, or learning valuable lessons about resilience, compassion, and self-reliance. The key is to embrace the setback not as a tragedy to be avoided, but as an essential part of their personal story, a catalyst for positive transformation. The essence of amor fati is about far more than simply accepting one's fate, it is about actively loving and embracing everything that life throws our way, both the pleasant and the painful, the joyful and the sorrowful, the triumphs and the failures. It is the unwavering understanding that everything that occurs in our lives, be it seemingly positive or undeniably negative, is an essential and indispensable part of the intricate tapestry of our existence, a necessary thread in the grand design of our destiny. This concept encourages us to see every event, every moment, every interaction as an opportunity for growth, for learning, for self-discovery, and for deepening our appreciation of the precious gift of life. It is an invitation to embrace the totality of our experience, without reservation or resistance. It is essential to differentiate amor fati from passive resignation, a state of mind characterized by helplessness, hopelessness, and a sense of being controlled by external forces. While resignation implies a feeling of defeat and a lack of agency, amor fati is a proactive and enthusiastic approach to life that champions the idea of making the absolute best out of every single situation, regardless of how challenging or difficult it may seem. It is an attitude that celebrates resilience, creativity, and the unwavering determination to find joy and purpose in whatever happens, refusing to be victimized by the inevitable vicissitudes of life. To integrate amor fati into our daily lives, we must begin by consciously reframing our perspective on challenges and adversities. Instead of viewing them as obstacles to be avoided, or as punishments to be endured, we can choose to see them as necessary and inevitable parts of our life's journey, specifically chosen for us by the universe or by a higher power to help us grow, learn, and evolve into the best versions of ourselves. This profound shift in mindset transforms our entire experience of these events, allowing us to approach them with a positive, constructive, and even grateful attitude. We can begin to see the hidden opportunities within the challenges, the potential for growth and learning that lies dormant within the seemingly negative circumstances. Mindfulness and gratitude are also key components in practicing amor fati. Being mindful allows us to fully experience and appreciate the present moment, without judgment or resistance, recognizing that even in the midst of difficult circumstances, there is always something to be grateful for. Gratitude, in turn, helps us find value and meaning in all our experiences, both positive and negative, strengthening our ability to love our fate, whatever it may entail. By cultivating these attitudes of mindfulness and gratitude, we can transform our perspective on life, finding joy and purpose in the ordinary moments, and recognizing the inherent beauty and value of every experience. Embracing amor fati requires a certain level of courage and optimism. It's about having the bravery to face whatever life presents us, without flinching or turning away, and the optimism to believe that ultimately, everything happens for our growth, our betterment, and our evolution. This approach to life empowers us to live more fully, without fear of the unknown, without resistance to change, and with an unwavering sense of purpose and direction. It allows us to navigate the inevitable challenges of life with grace, resilience, and an unshakable sense of inner peace. To put this into practice, try gratitude journaling. Write down one challenging event each day and then actively seek out something positive or a learning opportunity within that event. This practice actively cultivates an attitude of loving what fate brings, transforming potential negativity into a source of growth and appreciation. Similarly, in difficult life phases, like job loss or relationship ending, consciously focus on the opportunities that these transitions present, such as time for self-improvement, exploring new interests, or pursuing new career paths. This embodiment of the love of one's fate transforms a period of potential despair into a period of positive growth and discovery. In summary, Lesson 9, the lesson on embracing amor fati, is a profound aspect of Stoic philosophy and a pivotal concept in controlling the mind. By loving our fate, by accepting and appreciating the full spectrum of life's experiences, we use them as catalysts for personal growth and enduring happiness. This Stoic practice teaches us to approach life with joy, with resilience, and with a deep sense of fulfillment, finding harmony with the unfolding course of our lives, whatever direction it may take. Lesson 10, Practicing Stoic Indifference for Inner Tranquility. In this, the final lesson of our enlightening and transformative series on Stoic philosophy, we explore the concept of Stoic indifference, an essential practice for mastering mind control and achieving a profound state of inner tranquility. This principle, central to the timeless teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other esteemed Stoic philosophers throughout history, involves cultivating a deliberate and conscious attitude of indifference towards those things that are demonstrably beyond our control, those external circumstances that lie outside the realm of our direct influence. Imagine, for instance, finding yourself stuck in a seemingly endless traffic jam, running late for an important appointment. A person lacking Stoic indifference might react with intense frustration, anxiety, and anger, allowing these negative emotions to escalate and disrupt their peace of mind. They might honk their horn incessantly, curse the other drivers, and become increasingly agitated as the minutes tick by. However, a person who has cultivated Stoic indifference would acknowledge the inconvenience of the situation, but would also recognize that they have no control over the traffic. They would then focus their energy on what they can control, such as their own thoughts and emotions. They might choose to listen to calming music, practice mindful breathing, or simply accept the situation with a sense of equanimity, recognizing that getting upset will not change the reality of the traffic jam, but will only serve to increase their own stress and anxiety. The key is to maintain a sense of perspective, to recognize that the traffic jam is a temporary inconvenience, and to choose a response that promotes inner peace rather than exacerbating negative emotions. Understanding Stoic indifference requires a clear distinction between what truly matters and what does not, between what lies within our sphere of influence and what remains resolutely beyond our grasp. The Stoics teach us that while we should care deeply about our character, our virtues, our actions, and our relationships, we should remain indifferent to external things such as wealth, health, reputation, and the opinions of others. This does not mean that we should not strive to improve our lives or care for our loved ones, but rather that we should not allow our happiness to be dependent on these external factors, which are ultimately subject to the whims of fortune. Revisit the concept of the dichotomy of control. We are once again encouraged to invest our emotional energy, our mental focus, and our physical effort only on those things that we can directly change or influence. For everything else, we are encouraged to practice indifference, not in the sense of apathy or disinterest, but rather in the sense of acceptance and detachment. This does not mean that we do not acknowledge these external events or that we are not affected by them, but rather that we do not allow them to disturb our inner peace, to cloud our judgment, or to undermine our commitment to living in accordance with virtue. Emotional equanimity and rational response are critical aspects of Stoic indifference. By not allowing ourselves to be overly elated by positive events or unduly distressed by negative ones, we can respond to all situations with a level head, a calm heart, and a rational mind. This balanced emotional state is crucial for making wise decisions, for maintaining healthy relationships, and for living a life that is aligned with Stoic virtues, such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. It is a state of inner peace that transcends the inevitable ups and downs of life, allowing us to navigate the complexities of the world with grace, resilience, and unwavering composure. In the context of daily life, applying Stoic indifference means becoming more mindful of our reactions to external events, consciously observing our emotional responses, and questioning whether our reactions are proportional to the situation and whether the matter is truly within our control. If it is not, we gently guide ourselves back to a state of calm indifference, focusing our energy on our own actions, our own attitudes, and our own commitment to living a virtuous life. We remind ourselves that external events are ultimately transient and that our true happiness lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our own inner world. Furthermore, developing resilience through indifference is a significant benefit of this practice. By not being swayed by every twist and turn of fate, by not allowing ourselves to be unduly affected by the opinions of others, we build a robustness of character and mind that enables us to face life's challenges with strength, composure, and unwavering resolve. This resilience empowers us to navigate the inevitable storms of life undisturbed by the chaos that may surround us, maintaining our inner peace and remaining steadfast in our commitment to virtue. To actively practice this skill, consider adopting indifference in action as a practical exercise. When encountering a minor inconvenience, like standing in a long line at the grocery store, consciously remind yourself that it is insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Practice remaining calm and indifferent to the delay, using the time to observe your surroundings, engage in mindful breathing, or simply enjoy a moment of quiet reflection. Similarly, if a planned outing gets cancelled due to unforeseen circumstances, resist the urge to feel disappointed or frustrated. Instead, consciously use the time for self-reflection, pursuing a personal hobby, or engaging in activities that nurture your mind and body. This practice of indifference to changed plans helps to cultivate a sense of flexibility, adaptability, and inner peace, allowing you to navigate life's uncertainties with greater ease and grace. In summary, Lesson 10, the final lesson on practicing Stoic indifference, is a vital component in controlling the mind and achieving a profound state of inner tranquility. This practice teaches us to focus our energy on what truly matters, our actions, our decisions, our character, and our relationships, while maintaining a composed detachment from those things that lie beyond our control. By embracing Stoic indifference, we can navigate life's uncertainties with grace, poise, and unwavering resolve, maintaining our inner peace amidst the ever-changing tides of external circumstances. As we draw to a close this enlightening and transformative journey through the world of Stoicism, let us take a moment to reflect on the key lessons we have explored, the profound principles we have uncovered, and the practical tools we have acquired for cultivating a life of purpose, balance, and inner peace. Remember that the power to shape your reality, to create a life filled with joy, meaning, and fulfillment, lies within the fortress of your own mind. You have now been equipped with the ancient, yet timeless tools of Stoic wisdom, each one a key to unlocking greater mental strength, unwavering tranquility, and enduring resilience. Carry these teachings with you as you navigate the ever-changing tides of life, remembering that even in the midst of the most challenging storms, you possess the inherent ability to remain grounded, centered, and steadfast in your commitment to virtue. Let the storms come, let the winds howl, let the waves crash against the shore, you are now the master of your own mind, a skilled navigator in the vast and often turbulent ocean of existence. Embrace each new day as an opportunity to practice these principles, to cultivate a life of purpose, of balance, and of unwavering inner peace. Remember the transformative power of perception, the ability to reframe your thoughts and beliefs, to find opportunities for growth in even the most challenging circumstances. Practice the art of rationality, using reason as your guide to navigate the complexities of life, making decisions that are aligned with your values and long-term goals. Cultivate mind control and inner serenity through mindfulness, self-reflection, and the building of your inner citadel, a sanctuary of peace that remains untouched by the storms of the external world. Master your responses to external events by understanding the dichotomy of control, focusing your energy on what you can influence and accepting what you cannot. Develop resilience through acceptance, embracing the inevitable challenges of life with courage and grace. Foster emotional agility, managing your emotions with rationality and mindfulness, and responding to life's ups and downs with poise and unwavering composure. Cultivate stoic detachment, maintaining a healthy distance from things beyond your control and anchoring your sense of self in your own internal virtues. Practice reflective meditation, engaging deeply with your inner self, examining your life through the lens of Stoic principles, and learning from your experiences. Embrace amor fati, loving your fate and accepting the full spectrum of life's experiences as catalysts for personal growth and enduring happiness. And finally, practice Stoic indifference, focusing your energy on what truly matters while maintaining a composed detachment from what you cannot control. Remember, in the timeless words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. May the Stoic path lead you to a life of serenity, of fulfillment, and of unwavering inner peace. Continue to control your mind, to master your emotions, and to cultivate a character that is worthy of admiration. Let your mind be your greatest ally in the art of living well, guiding you toward a life of purpose, balance, and enduring happiness. Until our paths cross again, farewell, and fare forward with the calm confidence of a true Stoic, embracing the challenges of life with courage, wisdom, and unwavering inner peace.